In this video, I'm going to show you how you can run your Pycharm Pygame project without the actual Pycharm editor. So for me, just this last week, I took my slither.io files, which if you've watched my slither.io Python series, you'll know that I made slither.io using Python and Pygame, and I have all the files for that right here. And I always ran that project from the Pycharm editor. But then, just last week, I wanted to be able to run these files without the editor because, of course, I had the editor uninstalled, I had the project deleted, all I had was the code. And I had no idea how to run the code and run the project without the editor. I tried to right-click on main.py and then open with Python, and that didn't really work because when you do that, it just opens a black console and it immediately closes out. And so, after a little bit of research, I found out how to actually run this Pygame project, and I'm going to show you how to do the same. So first thing is open up your command prompt, and you got to make sure that Python is installed in the right location. So for me, I was editing with Python on Pycharm, so I obviously had Python installed, but it was in the wrong location. It was in a custom location. So when you type in Python, just in the command prompt and nothing else, if you already have it installed in the correct location, then you're going to see the shell pull up, which is this window right here, and you can start coding. I can print hello, and I can just add basically any other Python code that I'd want right here, even though I never code from here. I'm going to type exit and close this out. So that's how you know if you have Python installed. If you do not have Python installed, when you type in Python and click enter, it's going to take you to the Microsoft Store. So go ahead and install Python. Once you have Python installed, run this. You run the command pip install pygame. And let me show you first what will happen if you forget that step. So once Python's installed, I can just change the directory to where this main.py file is that I want to run. cd desktop, cd stands for change directory, desktop / slither.io. That's the folder we're in. And to run the main.py file, I can type python main.py. But the problem is I get this error, no module named Pygame, because by the time I run into the import Pygame, which appears right here in my main game.py folder or file, Python doesn't know how to run this because we don't actually have the Pygame library. So now what you do to prevent this is you run pip install pygame, and you give it a second and it will install Pygame. Once that's done, now you can go ahead and run your project. You can type in python main.py and it will run your Pygame project. I hope you find this helpful because now you're able to run your Pygame projects without using the Pycharm editor.